In this video, we are going to build a cutting board, and we are going to focusing on the wood texture in general. And before we really getting started, and I just want to pick up the idea about the two major way of doing textures. One method is PBR texture. The other method is the procedural texturing. So for this one, for this kind of organic wooden type of texture, I want you guys just killing the ideas and using the procedural texturing in Blender. It is not the software that easy to build procedural texturing, especially kind of organic type of a texture. And I have so many experience in the past, and it's spent so many hours to really tweaking the procedural texturing to representing some organic feeling. It just doesn't work very well. At least the reason you enroll my class is you really want to having the photorealistic result, and for certain product renders, it's not really for any game engine. So I would not recommend you guys to spend too much hours to learning procedural texturing to creating a wood texture. Why not purchase a PBR wooden texture or download some free PBR textures from some free website? And that's gonna save you a lot of time and energy, simply because your creative energy is supposed to spending onto creating things in images rather than spending too much time to really doing the texturing process. Okay, and let's get to it. Now you can see here we already have a mesh already kind of built already, and that this is, I didn't make this, and it was downloaded from a website, and so you can actually purchase this type of a model on your own as well. And what you can do here, if you hit tab key, you will see we have quite a bit of vertices in here for this one, and you will also see we have kind of certain like highlighted greenish kind of edges. These are the edges that are actually marked as sharp. So when you actually see this is having a pretty nice and sharp edge for this model. So that's how it works. For PBR texture process, first thing we need to do is do UV unwrap. You know the concept of UV unwrap, but this is how we do it. And we're gonna select the model, hit tab again, and hit A to select everything else, and hit the U key, and you will see we have a UV mapping window pop out. So what we need to do, we have a couple options to do this, and typically the most easiest way will be the smart UV project, and that's kind of like most of the time I will go with this. And if I hit that, and it will pop another window, and I don't change any default settings, I just hit OK to that. And then if we go to the UV editing tab, you will see we have something unwrapped, and it's kind of perfectly kind of put in here. And as you can see here, we have quite a bit of setting over here. So usually this representing the island, okay? UV select the mode, and so what's happening here, if I can select this and I can select the entire thing, is gonna representing an island. By island, what I mean is basically is the section, okay? And also you can see here, these are the one single island, okay? So we're trying to getting everything fit into a square image or format, but however, in the reality, if we're having any texture images put in there, they're not just representing one single square image. Actually, each image is gonna expand it to infinity, because when they connect to each other, imagine that they are seamless. Okay, so now since we have all these UV unwrap, we can just go to the shading tab, and we should start loading our images. And before we get started, as you can see here, this is the one is under the render view. And if we'll go to the world object, if we'll go to the world tab, and you can see here we have HDRI image already loaded in, which is the black and white bathroom HDRI. You will have that as well, and we have something over here, and this is in the solid mode. And when we go back to the object, then we can actually start building the texture. The first thing you need to do, hit the new, and then we're just gonna making sure change the name as wood. And then what we can do here, we have a classic principle BSDF. This is something we wanted to do here to get anything done. And what we need to do this time, in order to really getting any dial anything, we will actually start building an image texture. Shift A to have a search image texture put in here. And then what we need to do here, we need to connect the color to the base color. And now you can see this it looks like in purple, which means it's missing a texture. So what we need to do next, we're gonna hit open. And then we are going to find the cutting board textures in here. As you can see here, we have 3 images. These are the textures come with this 3D model, and this is the color map. And I don't know why it says B and this one says D. I assuming the B is representing the bump map and the D is representing the displacement map. But these are not really like the standard naming for textures, but just being simply looking at the image color, and I just assuming the black images can be used as a bump map, and it also can be used as displacement map. So I just assuming that's what it's for. And to begin with, I'm just gonna click this color map for sure and open image. Immediately, you already see the texture has been applying on this board, and I can kind of rotate it. You can see we have something going on here, and everything seems like working pretty well. And I can see here we have some kind of like this stretching going on here on the side. Typically when you purchase the model, you don't need to do so. And then you can see that on the seam line, it has pretty defined line. But for product renders and everything, if you really don't go too close up, this looks just fine. But you can definitely go to the UV editing tab to do some works to kind of adjusting each section for the side view. You can see it here, and if we can just move things around, you can see that different patterns changes around here. You can certainly spend time with it, but because we're just doing the demonstration about how to using these image textures, so this is pretty good so far. Okay, so we can just move them thing here. And next thing we're to do, we're just gonna select this and Shift D to duplicate it and move over here. So next map we're gonna load in is the bump map. And the one thing we need to do here is we need to change the color. We can just choose this, the B one. We're assuming is a bump node, and here that open image, and then we need to have another node in between because we're not directly link this color to this normal. We need a bump node. Shift A, search bump, and put in here, and we're gonna connect this color to the height, okay, and normal to normal. Immediately you will see we have more kind of textures going on here, and because we have some black and white bump nodes put it in, is actually adding a level of texture and the feeling. Okay, so this looks like a little bit aged cutting board, and looks like I have more real textures going on here, so I kind of like it. Okay, so we can put it in here, and we can certainly change the strength of the bump node. Usually the distance is supposed to be like a 0.001 or something. We can just do that. It's immediately kind of killing the too much strength over here. We can even just do 0.1 and then to dial the strength accordingly. Okay, so that's gonna help to adding a little bit realism and looks very nice. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. So basically what you do here is loading these maps. But one thing we need to pay attention, especially on the bump node, we're supposed to change the color space from sRGB to the non-color. So this is very important things to remember. Okay, all of these non-color maps, we need to using non-color color space. Only this color map using the sRGB. So this is something we want to pay attention. Okay, so we can have this, and if we want to do a little bit more, so we can just Shift D to actually having a displacement map. Since we have quite a bit of vertices for this guy, see it's pretty dense, we can actually using a displacement map. All right, so this time I'm gonna do Shift A to add a displacement map. Okay, and put in here, and same thing, I'm gonna go inside here, color, go to the height and the displacement, and to connect to the displacement. All right, so that's something we need to do. And then we needed to actually open a displacement map. We're gonna open the displacement map right here to put D in here and open image. And now we actually going to have another level of displacement going on here on this texture. So we can change the number of a little bit, adjusting the scale even more, just adding a different level of a realism. And of course we need to change the sRGB to the 9 color. Okay, so far this textures has been perfectly applied onto here, and yeah, so far for me I think looks fine. And if I put some kind of other random like products onto it with this proper lighting, should be good. Right now, pay attention, our lighting so far, we're using a HDRI lighting, so this is not our final lighting, but we have our texture plugged in, so we can go back to the world to disconnect the HDRI. We have a Blender default light applied, so we can just turn it on. As you can see here, once the lighting is being added on, you can see more details in different lighting scenario. So that's something I want you to pay attention. You can actually really to kind of bring out the textures using a certain lighting. So far for me, I think it looks pretty realistic, pretty cool. And the second part of this video, I want to let you guys know that we can always replace a different textures with the existing model. So how can we do that? If we go to the object tab and select this model, and I'm gonna hit X to kind of delete this textures. I want to build another one. What I would do here, I can go a new, and I can just say wood number 2, and that's the texture I want to do. And this time I'm going to download a wooden textures from a website, which is, it can be a free, you can purchase these PBR maps, or you can download from a free website. And here's the website that I just download for free. This is a PBR textures, and this is wooden textures. What you can do here, you can go to this website and you can just hit download. You can certainly choose the resolutions. Yeah, sometimes 2K is good enough, but I chose 4K this time. Hit that, and it's going to download it. Once you finish download it, and you can certainly unzip your file and making sure you got all these maps ready in the file. So what we need to do next, we're going to load it in. But there's a couple ways to do that. One way, just kind of drag the image, put in here, is kind of creating a image textures. This is okay. It's pretty quick if you think, because you don't need to really Shift A to creating image textures to do that. And there is an even quicker way to do so. Alt Z to cancel that. Before we're doing that, making sure your Node Wrangler add-on is being turned on. So what do we need to do here? We need to click this principal BSDF and hit Control Shift and T. And now we have a window pop out immediately and with the textures. And the interesting thing, you will see we already have these textures already built, and also you've been named after the dash. So we have base color, height, and normal, and roughness. Height map sometimes referring to the displacement map. So what I will need to do here, I'm just going to hit Control and just click all these and all together, okay? And this says principal texture setup. So watch the magic is gonna happen. Hit click, and then immediately it's been helping you to hook everything else inside Blender. This is so convenient, and it's incredible useful. So, and also it's already kind of like put in the texture inside a group as texture, and this is mapping, and you should certainly use this way when you're having organized PBR maps when you're doing a texture. So when you go back in here, and we probably need to fix something. Sometimes it can missing something. Obviously we're missing the image texture, okay? So what we need to do here, we're gonna do select that, Shift D to duplicate it and push up, and then we are going to manually load in the color map, okay? So we do that on the color map, and although the name didn't change, we can change the name color map and hook this one to the base color, and making sure these being properly selected. So sRGB, non-color, 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 okay? So we can go Control Spacebar, come out, and I can see here this has been applied onto the texture. Okay, it seems pretty good, and we can certainly do some adjustment accordingly, but this is the really quick and easy way to getting the results you want. And certainly you can change the strength of your displacement map or normal map to getting more textures and enhance that. So you can certainly do a bunch of stuff using this PBR working process, and I really enjoyed having this. And certainly if you want to spend less time to getting really good realistic result, PBR texture method is the way to go, especially work very well with the organic type of texture. Okay, so this is everything I want to share in this video, and I will see you in the next one.